Hello and welcome to Whiteboard Politics. Today we're going to talk about the NHS, particularly here in Wales, in Mid Wales. I was lucky enough to attend a meeting in Niagara Penparky, Aberystwyth, where some Senate members and prospective Senate members were asked questions about the NHS and what they were going to do to protect the NHS services and their answers really, and the whole meeting actually bemused me really because none of them really hit on the problem. What I see as a problem, uh, a lot of we can do this, and if we bring this from there and they do this over here, the truth of the matter is the same amount of money in the NHS to run it has always been there. In fact, they have increased it, but more and more of that money has been taken out by private companies. When the Tories in 2010 came into the power, they came in with the intention of destroying the NHS so they can profit from it. The reasons it's easy for them to, they broke the NHS down. You have Wales as a region, England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, then you break them down in boards, and then you break them down into specialty units. Well, the reason they do that is so it's easier to privatise. If you break it up bit by bit, you can privatize bit by bit rather than the whole thing, because if they did the whole thing, we'd see it and the alarms would be raised. Uh, Things are bad now because they're intentionally bad. Our politicians have done this deliberately. They haven't done this by mistake. If you've ever had a parent, a child in pain waiting for an ambulance or waiting to be seen in hospital, that was done deliberately by the Tory government, and that policy seems to be carrying on under this Labour government, and in Wales under Welsh Labour and Plaid Cymru. So what can we do about it? Well, we all seem to think we're the victims of this bad scenario. We're not the real victims. The real victims are the staff in the NHS, the nurses and the doctors. Since 2010, they have taken a wage decrease between 8 and 21%. Just imagine that, 8% of your money and 21% in real terms. So that they've lost so much money and they're expected to do the same job. Same in the care sector, they're losing 3,000 plus in real terms what they were getting paid in 2010 to what they're getting paid now. We can't expect people to be doing the same job for 20% less money. It's unfair and it's destroying the system. If we want the best people, we've got to pay the best money. We are paying that money. The money's already there. We don't have to find new money. We just have to stop it from being skimmed off the top by the privateers. We need to renationalise every part of the National Health Service and make sure all the wages are paid to the people who should be having it, not to some private company in America or in London or anywhere else. Pension companies, all these people are trying to profit off the work the doctors and the nurses doing. In 2010, their wages were, I think, a good reflection of the job they're doing. We need to match that now in real terms, and we need to do it now and not negotiate it. We're not asking for them to be paid any more. We're just asking them to be paid in real terms what they were paid then. Can I make a comparison in another job? Of course I can. A Senate member. Somebody will go down to the Senate and do their job, supposedly working for us. Since 2010, they've had an increase of 48%. So when nurses and doctors' money has been 8 and 21% reduction in real terms, care workers have lost over £3,000 a year in real terms. Your Senate members have had an increase of 48%. Councillors this year, I know in Ceredigion will have another £1,000 increase. They had another £1,000 last year, and I think it was £1,000 the year before that. So our politicians seem to be doing very well. And I've got a sneaking feeling that all this money given to politicians is emboldening them to stay in the position they are and not fight against the heads of their party to get a proper NHS service for the people of Wales and, of course, the Greater Britain. So what I'd like you to do is get in touch with your Senate member when they come round. Ask them, are they willing to increase the NHS staff wages to what it was in 2010? They deserve it. They work very hard. It'll protect the NHS from being privatised. They're only profiteering off our illnesses and our welfare. So let's get behind our doctors and nurses. Let's get them back to the pay they were on in 2010. They deserve it. They work very hard and it'll protect us. Speak to you soon.